Hey, what's going on everybody? Today is Monday, July 27th. Hope you had a good weekend. Thanks for joining me again. If you're new here, please subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And I would do my best to keep you all up to date with everything going on, SBA, PPP, EIDL related. And also, please smash that like button. Help me out. I'd also appreciate it. And let me know in the comments below what you think about this video. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them for you as best as I can. All right. So today we're talking about the SBA EIDL grants, the $10,000 grants. As you know, a couple weeks ago, it ran out of money. The program ran out of money, so they're not issuing any more advances. I know some of you applied kind of late in the game and you haven't gotten your advance yet. Well, if you still haven't received it yet at this point, I don't think you're gonna get it because as you can see, the SBA has exhausted its $20 billion funds allocated for this grant, but there is good news, okay? Good news is there is a senator in Texas, Senator John Cornyn, that has introduced a bill that will provide additional funding for this program and for the EIDL loan as well. So Senator John Cornyn is from Texas. He's introducing this bipartisan bill called the Ensuring Increased Disaster Loans for Small Businesses Act. This is the bill that was just introduced. It's on Congress's website, but there's no text. All right, so it's brand new. This was introduced last week. I'm getting this information from John Cornyn's senator websites. All right, so it's not in the actual bill text yet. It's just on his website to kind of give the public an idea of what's going on. What is in this bill? First is $180 billion worth of additional funding for the EIDL program. All right, and there's also going to be restrictions that will disallow the SBA to put arbitrary limits and caps on the SBA loan and the grant. Because as you know right now, there's a $150,000 cap on the EIDL loan, and there's also a cap on the grants where it's capped at $1,000 per employee, up to $10,000. Well, John Cornyn wants to give everybody their $10,000 advance, no matter the size of their business, the amount of employees they have, etc. If this bill passes, it could be really good news for you guys. Let's recap on how these numbers compare to what was originally introduced for the program. Originally, the EIDL grants received about $20 billion worth of appropriations, and it took them like 4 months or whatever to exhaust that. This bill is planning on appropriating $80 billion to the EIDL grants program, which is 4 times as much, which I think is absolutely necessary if you are going to give the full $10,000 to every business that qualifies, because there are over 5 billion applicants who received the original EIDL grants. So if you're going to go back and redistribute the remaining money for those that got less than $10,000, then that's going to take up a lot of money. You know, so $80 billion I think will be sufficient to cover that. Also, as you know, the SBA imposed $1,000 per employee. Also, the SBA has originally appropriated about $365 billion worth of money for the EIDL loan program. Well, this new bill introduced will provide an additional $100 billion to that program. Now, I don't think the program is anywhere near being exhausted yet, but just to be safe, and also if you're going to remove that $150,000 cap, they're going to want definitely more money to be able to cover all the loans that are being processed right now or have been processed. So what's going on with this bill? When is it going to pass, etc.? That I don't know, because like I said before, the bill has just been introduced. If you go on Congress's website, you're going to look for Bill S4227, and you'll just see there's not even a title on there. There's no text. It's just merely been introduced. So I don't know how long this bill is going to take to go through Congress, if it does at all. I'll be one of the first few people to let you know once there's been an update. All right, I promise. Okay, so logistically, I think it's going to be a nightmare to fulfill the terms of this bill if it gets passed. And here's why. Because we have over 5 billion applicants. Many of those applicants did not receive the full $10,000 grants. So the SBA will have to retroactively go back and fund the difference there. Hopefully it's not going to be as hard as I think it is, because they have everybody's account information and they've already checked credits. Maybe they can just fund everything pretty easily. So I think the challenge also will come with the loan portion. For folks who actually deserved a bigger loan than $150,000 but got capped. Like, I don't know how that's going to be handled. Like, are clients going to have to file for reconsideration to get the rest? Or does the SBA already know how much the applicant should have qualified for, and they're just going to fund the rest? You know, obviously they're going to have the applicant sign another contract, because they can't just send loan money without informing the applicant. So, you know, those are processes that I'm not sure how it's going to be handled, but that's something that I will keep you up to date on when I know further information. Overall, this is some pretty good news for folks who've been still waiting for the EIDL grants, or for folks who did not receive the $10,000 EIDL grants but got a reduced amount. This is some excellent news, and I'm pretty hopeful for this one, because it seems like there's been a lot of bipartisan support for this EIDL program. So I'm hoping this bill gets some quick movements. You know, this could be like a huge saving grace for our economy, on top of the stimulus package that the Senate is about to introduce today. So both of those things in tandem, we need money to help individuals, and we need money to help businesses. This could be huge for that side of things, okay? And also keep in mind, there's still potentially another PPP program, PPP version 2, coming out relatively soon. At least, you know, same thing here. It's just been a bill that's introduced. It has not made much movement. That's something that I will also keep you up to date on as more things progress. All right? Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And again, if you haven't done so already, please smash that like button and also hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right? Take care.